see the future? Are you optimistic with your foundation? I think you came to Spain, you have a foundation here.
Yes. Well, we came to Spain not because...
What can we do to fight this fascist model, let's say?
The key element is education.
Mm-hmm.
And you mentioned this book. I think it has already become part of rewriting history. Just understanding who was behind World War I and II, mm-hmm. understanding who were the architects of the Brussels EU. That's the basis for change. You cannot motivate people if they do not understand. Mm-hmm. You cannot motivate people if they do not understand the origin of the problem. Yes. If you don't know where you come from, you don't know where you're going. So, am I optimistic? Yes, otherwise I wouldn't be talking to you. Okay. And
do we have time to do this?
Well, I'll put it like that. I gave a talk in Berlin 3 months ago.
Yes.
And we put it online on YouTube, not knowing what would come, and suddenly we had how many now? I think 300,000 people mm-hmm. saw that video from yes. Spain alone. Yes. So I doubt that the interest in this message would have been that great if mm-hmm. The crisis would not be here. Yeah. So there's always something in a critical situation that brings mankind forward, provided mm-hmm. it has the right strategies, and provided it unites behind these strategies and fights for it. And when we saw the great interest in this national message from Berlin, from Spain, we decided that it's time to come here and see what we can bring to this country. Mm-hmm. The direction is very clear. I think there are a series of things that need to be done immediately. We need to inform people so that they, with the knowledge they have about the background of the Brussels EU, about the undemocratic structure, recognizes it what it is, mm-hmm. Dictatorial construct artificially put there by corporate interests. They have the possibility to say no, to motivate their governments to go away. The fact that the Spanish government did not simply go under this umbrella of the Brussels EU is already a fact, or is already reflecting, I should say, the fact that the government of Spain knows the instant conditions that come with that step, meaning you're giving up your sovereignty. Mm-hmm. So education, empowering people to say no and turn their back on this construct. Secondly, the euro is nothing else than the tool of tying the nations, the economies mm-hmm. of Europe to this construct in Brussels. The fact that Brussels, as I said before, is not a sign or a consequence of a strong position of the cartel interests, is important to analyze too. We need to understand that the economic interests behind the Brussels EU are not in a very strong position. They have a lot of money, influence, etc., but mm-hmm. the technologies they are trying to sell are outdated.
What do you mean? What kind of technologies?
Take, for example, in the field of energy, the key interests behind Brussels are the petrochemical industry, the oil cartel, and more recently the nuclear energy cartel. And these are outdated technologies. I mean, people in Spain and everywhere, they demand electrical cars, and in Germany, even up in Germany, you won't find a village where you don't have solar cells on the panels on the roofs. And we are here in Spain. I mean, this country should be selling electrical current to other countries because of the abundance of sunshine in this country. And here they are in Brussels trying by all means to defend these outdated technologies against the will of the people. So it's obvious that they need this dictatorial construct, not because they are bad people, but no one will buy their merchandise if they don't protect it. And the same goes for the health sector. I mean, my own life has been, I was privileged to contribute to some discoveries in the area of heart disease and cancer, and everywhere the breakthrough didn't come from patented pharmaceutical drugs. It came from natural ingredients from plants and other biologically active substances. And there too, they're afraid of this development, and they're trying to ban it, and they're trying to protect this investment business around the pharmaceutical drugs. So that's a weakness. And we need to understand this weakness for two reasons. First of all, from a practical point of view, it gives us a fantastic democratic opportunity, not just to say we don't want that and we demonstrate, but to start doing something right away in Spain to promote solar energy as the #1 source of energy for your home, for your corporation, for the country. Spain is an agricultural country. What's wrong with starting a completely new industry, saying we are growing fields of plants of which we know these are powerful anti-cancer agents, and isolate these substances not in micrograms but in grams. Prepare, or in kilograms, in tons, and export them. Create injectable solutions so that the concentration in late-stage cancer can be still increased, and so on and so forth. So what I'm seeing is that, in fact, the countries hardest hit from the crisis have the greatest potential for creating something new. And I think since I assume that some people in Spain may watch this interview, it is your responsibility to think about those aspects and take decisions if you agree with it, and put the pressure on your government and say, hey, why are we always talking about new conditions from outside, about dependency, about giving up our sovereignty? Here we have great potentials in key area of our life which lay bare and which we can use instantly. And so there's this very practical aspect, but equally significant is the moral and, should I say, historical aspect of that. By simply saying no to Brussels, nothing will change. We may or may not get rid of these mobsters, but by taking away their economic base, meaning their business in energy, their business in the healthcare sector, their fraudulent business, I should say, that is a contribution to advancing mankind beyond Spain, beyond Europe. And this is why I'm optimistic, why I'm optimistic that there's a chance even that the countries hardest hit can become leaders in that direction, including Spain. Okay.
We'll put the name of your website, and if people want to contact your foundation here in Spain, they can start working on your thoughts. Okay? All right. It was a pleasure to have you here, Matthias. Hope to see you soon in Barcelona. Thank you very much.
Thank you
for your time. Okay, gracias.